The date is September 14th, 2022. A female robber with a pistol enters a bank on the main street of the city. She pours petrol on herself and threatens to set herself on fire and burn the bank. Everybody trembles with fear. After that, she shows the pistol and grabs a bank officer there and manages to get $13,000 and 30 million Lebanese pounds by force. At this moment, an employee of the bank locks the front door of the bank, and in a moment the police surround the bank building. But even then, the robber sneaked away from the back window of the bank. She says with great pride. Not only that, because of this bank robbery, she became a hero among the people of the country. I can imagine what you must be thinking listening to the introduction of this video. A woman who robbed a bank was raised to heroism, but this is a very different story. This incident happened in Lebanon. To understand this story, first of all, you need to know about the country of Lebanon. Lebanon, a small state, is one of the most beautiful countries in the Middle East. There is not a single desert there. This country is full of snow-covered mountains, beaches, rivers, and natural resources. Similarly, it was a very rich and powerful state that had a lot of economic stability at a certain time. Its capital is Beirut. It is a very beautiful tourist town. People living a luxurious life lived here. At this time, Lebanon was known as the Switzerland of the Middle East. The situation changes due to the civil war that started in 1975. By the 1990s, the war was over. But after that, all the rulers who came to power became extremely corrupt. They always worked to increase their voter base and maintain their power, but did not pay attention to the development and survival of the country. Also, these politicians looted people's money and enriched their foreign bank accounts more and more. Without a proper economic policy, they were used to relying heavily on imported goods. Due to these issues, the country is facing uncontrollable high inflation. The value of the country's currency is falling rapidly.
Before 2 years ago, 100,000 lira, $66, but now $1.
What they did then was to artificially fake economic indicators to show that there was no crisis. Due to this deceptive and failed financial management, the local currency was further devalued. The prices of goods are increasing unimaginably. The price of the same product often increased several times in one day.
In the morning, he buy this one maybe 30,000. After 1 hour, 40,000. In the night and middle and like this, maybe 50,000.
Unemployment, fuel shortage, electricity cuts, shortage of medicine and medical equipment, people leaving the country. In this way, the economic crisis was getting worse day by day. Unable to bear the pressure, people take to the streets. Demonstrations, clashes, arrests, state repression spread throughout the country. The value of the money deposited in the banks decreased rapidly day by day. Because of this, money deposits stopped and withdrawals from banks increased day by day. The banking system was collapsing because the money deposited by the people in the banks had been released for the wasteful expenditure of the government. As a solution, in October 2019, commercial banks will reach an arbitrary decision to temporarily stop refunds in those bank accounts. Now we turn to our heroine. She is Sali Hafiz, an interior designer. Sali was in a lot of trouble because the price of her sister's medicine, who was critically ill due to brain cancer, was increasing day by day. She had $20,000 in her account at Blam Bank in Beirut, and she is talking to the bank to withdraw this money for her sister's treatment. No matter how much she asks, the last answer she gets is that the money deposited in the bank cannot be released for any reason at the moment. Sali decides to somehow get the money back from the bank to save her sister's life. 2 days later, Sali goes back to the bank. He also carried a pistol. That's the opportunity you saw first. It was later said that she had taken a toy pistol. Also, it is not only petrol that she has poured on her body. Water mixed with fuel. The pistol is not familiar to Sali. Observing her little nephew playing with a toy gun, Sali imitated it. Also, before her raid, she is said to have watched a popular Egyptian comedy film, The Terrorism and Kebab. It is the story of a man who is frustrated by government corruption and occupies a government building. That's how she got the experience to break into the bank. When the police combed the city of Beirut looking for Sali, what she did was to disguise herself as a pregnant woman by tying some cloths on her stomach and fleeing to the Bekaa Valley in eastern Lebanon. This event was spreading rapidly all over the world. While hiding, she told Reuters,
"If you are not a wolf, the wolves will eat you."
About 3 weeks after this incident, Sali decides to surrender to the security forces. Later, the court released her on a bail of 1 million lira. In fact, she had withdrawn the money from her own account. The other thing is that she was also careful to get a receipt for the $13,000 she took from the bank so as not to be accused of theft. Because of this incident, she has become an ideal character who has fallen in love with the world.
I still have some money in that bank, and they won't let me use it.
At least she is not allowed to come to the bank now.
Every time I will go passing to the bank, and I say hi to the manager, and he are afraid and hiding, and I don't know why.